isn't this just fantastic? Captain's Log, subdate 21009.4. We have decided to commemorate the fallen and award Employee of the Month to the Silver Spoon. All hail the Spoon. We also dumped the dead crewman in the Cacopolis Cemetery. Welcome everyone to This Week at Twitter or Twat. Today we have 7 subjects I'd like to go through. Before we start, there is a political recap stream on the Moistski Live channel tonight, 9:30 PM GMT. We shall more than likely be discussing the vice presidential debate and the celebrity of it all, the fly on Mike Pence's head. Link to that in the description down below. To start, we're going to go with Peter Tatchell. Peter Tatchell has a dead Twitter account where he predominantly focuses on human rights, global justice, and LGBTI freedoms. That is a direct reference from his Twitter bio. I mention it's a dead account because for somebody with as many followers as he has, the engagement is quite bad. His more recent engagement, though, comes from this tweet here. And the reason why is because he believes that this removing of the bushes and, of course, making it a crime, getting a court injunction no less to stop people, mostly gay men, from cruising in Burgess Park and having a little bum fun time, is in and of itself homophobic. Firstly, it's not eco-vandalism to clean the area up. Second, what those guys do there, or anyone that goes there to do that, to make sweet, sweet love no less, yes, is the equivalent to IRL danger wanks, in the sense that people are going to walk by and they get a thrill from it. Might I make a sensible suggestion? If you want to be close and intimate with somebody, take them somewhere else. A hotel or your place would be preferable, or the backseat of your car. Just seriously, put some curtains up or something. People don't need to see it, unless they're watching it on one of those adult movie sites. Peter Tatchell, though, also believes that this, with a 2-year penalty, is excessive, and that the local council are ignoring Met Police guidance and not seeking LGBT plus help to solve concerns, because, as is well established, only gay men like to go bumming in the bushes. And as a final little point on this one, that is a public park. People, children, go through there. It is probably wise people aren't banging in the bushes, just because, seriously, children get scarred enough as it is, they don't need to see that. Next we go to Chelsea, or at Cuck City. Yes, that is in fact their handle, where they tweeted out 2 pictures. One of a very attractive goth girl, looking absolutely gorgeous. The other picture, though, I'm not going to show. There's a reason, because it turns out those pictures come from Woodland Witch, or Lady Avalon. And the other picture is her when she was 15. So the caption reading, "You wake up in the morning, she takes off her makeup, and she looks like this, what you do?" We got one, boys? I think we got one, boys. As an added little thing, perhaps you shouldn't be using someone else's pictures to make a profound point, and air quotes around the word profound in favour of predatory. Seriously. The next tweet comes courtesy of what was posted on my server, but amused me enough to say the Swedes now officially ruin everything. I thought pineapple on pizza was bad, but then I found out tuna and banana pizza existed, and I say the Swedes because I did a little digging. It's your fault. Essentially, it comes down to, the student diet. I have a pizza base. I must now throw everything onto it. Whatever sticks, that is the correct pizza. Yes, it is now pizza. Absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. Only wanted to quickly poke holes at this one because, Sith, this is all your fault. Everyone go to twitch.tv/white Sith male, hit follow. When he's live, just say to him, it's all your fault. This does not, by the way, count as targeted harassment, because I'm asking you to follow him. And I don't believe he gives the slightest of fudges, if you give him any stick for it. The next one's a bit of a dark one. It comes from Change the Ref. In 2018, Joaquin Oliver was harmed and passed away in the Parkland School incident. Well, his parents have made a video, a 2-minute video, to encourage people to vote. While it is truly tragic that you lost your son, and genuinely I mean that, using him as a political weapon reeks of bad optics. To almost everyone who felt that this was utterly disgusting. You could consider this powerful as far as a statement goes, but in reality, no. It comes across as bad optics propaganda, and that is how many received it. You can argue all day about whether the message can still be considered wholesome, loving, but in reality, you used a dead person to make a point. That doesn't come across as very good, does it? I was going to play a clip of that, but I'm not going to do it because it turns out I don't want to be that dick. I'll leave it to others who think it's a clever idea. Turns out there aren't many that think it is, but by all means, as you were. The next one comes courtesy of my lovely, lovely sandwich wench, Cindy. Go give her a follow. Her Twitter is linked below. Now this one intrigued me because I had to do a quick dig just to be sure that I could do the following. Yes, as it turns out, Americans ruin everything. Let's say and entertain the notion that we all have to wear a face mask in social gatherings, in stores and other blah 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 places. Right. There are many arguments taking place about the pros and cons of them, especially with those that have worn them to then go on and catch coronavirus regardless. There is an argument there, of course there is. But let's just entertain the idea for a second that the mask serves a purpose, therefore one that covers your mouth would be beneficial. Well, insert Lana Del Rey, who is American, this is why I'm calling it Americans Ruin Everything, who met up with some fans at a meet and greet, wearing a mesh. The point of the mask is to prevent your moistly spoken words from being spread to others. That's it. I'm pretty sure you could spit accurately through that and hit multiple people. I'm not saying you should, by the way. I'm just saying it is on the table. It's an option worth exploring at least. Our penultimate tweet comes courtesy of @YouTube. No one. Absolutely no one. Creators after talking for 15 minutes. Alright, let's jump straight into the video. Now I get the joke behind this, I really do. The idea is that many creators have to stretch their videos out to get more of that sweet, sweet ad revenue, if they ever get it monetized. Well, as funny as that can be to many, the problem is, many people have to stretch their videos out, because YouTube introduced many systems over the years and they were called adpocalypses. Their income diminished greatly over the last 3 to 4 years. Add to that, you have an algorithm that favors activity in favor of quality. So if you are more active and you get more views, you will get more promoted, unless of course you're one of the taboo people on the site. One of whom is the last subject of today's video, in fact, because he's being a boomer and it's about time we addressed it quickly. YouTube, not long after putting this tweet out and the absolute flaying that they got, put out an apology. We hear you, you're right, and we apologize. Our now deleted tweet was intended in good faith, but we missed the mark and did not reflect the spirit of the creator community that we love. Translation: we think we're right, you're all snowflakes, but the one thing that terrifies us is the idea of creators having a union still. So we're going to get you back on side temporarily. Jokes aside, I did see the funny side with the original tweet, so I didn't pounce on this one. But considering the way currently we are treated as creators, it is understandable why many would absolutely pounce on this and attack YouTube for what can be considered a remarkably insensitive comment towards those that they have abandoned in favour of advertisers. The final tweet I'd like to go through is actually a chain of messages, courtesy of Greenwood Outlaw. Greenwood Outlaw is Sargon of Akkad. Sargon of Akkad for many is a social commentator who, while claiming to be very liberal, is holding slightly more conservative beliefs, going so far as to campaign as a UKIP MEP last year. Sadly, he failed, where he tweeted, because of the independence, well, Tanamojo thing, we'll address that next week, I promise, prostitutes for Biden. Now, I believe that was intended as a troll. Just a joke. Let's just focus on the fact that it's that and not the election fraud that it could be, with Tanner offering nudes if you vote for Biden, forgetting they're on Google anyway. So some people did respond to this very negatively, and it started a very long chain of disagreements, which led to an argument about what women should do with their bodies. And this is interesting, because it turns out Carl has a position, But because he wasn't exactly clear on this one, it came across as the absurd position of a woman's place is to have children, which got an even greater response from other people when it came to birth rates in Europe, birth rates around the world in fact. And this particular argument didn't stop there, which is what I found fascinating, because it turns out if you don't have children, you're selfish. You're not just selfish, you're also an abuser of the system. For example, if you get put into care and you're paying for it, people are still looking after you. You're selfish. That was inferred directly from the tweets you see on the screen. At some point in this little debate, this back and forth, Sargon lost his way and came across as an incredibly boomer-minded right-wing idiot. No offense to you, Carl, genuinely. I absolutely love your content and have done for years. But what the fuck is this? As we're done here, I would love to know what you think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you for the political recap with Traps tonight on the Moisky Live channel, have a fantastic Friday and subsequent weekend. And thank you all for listening.